What's up, guys? It is Sunday, May the 12th, and we're gonna go over a few MLB picks. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I got cooked yesterday. Hit some home run props, but overall, I ended up finishing the day down about 3 units. It is what it is. The parlay was terrible. Sorry about that. Looking to bounce back on this Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. If you got your mothers, drop them. Give them a card, some flowers, send them a video saying Happy Mother's Day. I don't know, something. But don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on if they're not on already, so you know when the video gets dropped. You can watch it right away. Videos come out usually in the morning, but it kind of whenever I get information to make the picks and stuff and try to make the best informed decisions. Without further ado, though, let's not waste anybody's time. Let's get you guys in and out of here. Try to get you on some winners, and don't forget to drop your picks in the comments. Comment questions, whatever. But let's get into it. Let's go to the. All right, going to the Red Sox Nationals game. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but I am going back to the Nationals money line. You got Mackenzie Gore going here, and against Brian Bale. Bale's coming off the IL. He hasn't pitched since April 19th, so almost a month. He's been fairly solid in most of his outings. He had a couple where he got roughed up, but I think we see another lower scoring game. Still cool temperatures in Fenway. The Red Sox are striking out over 30% of the time versus left-handed pitchers over the last 2 weeks. They are still hitting around 250 average overall, but the Red Sox remain the most profitable team in baseball. The Nationals. The Nationals are hitting about 225 versus righties over the last 5 games. Red Sox have been a little bit better versus lefties, but at home versus lefties, they're hitting about 220. So I like the value on the Nationals here. I think Gore can bounce back and have a good outing. And the Red Sox have just been a very not profitable team to back at home, and I'm just not going to lay the juice with them. The Nationals had the chance to keep it close or win it, but unfortunately, a little mistake pitch led to Devers hitting a double in the bottom of the 8th, and it scored 2 runs after they intentionally walked Tyler O'Neill to pitch to a lefty instead of the righty, which, I mean, probably was a good decision, but after fouling off a couple balls, Devers made contact on the one and ended up hitting it to a double. So unfortunately, the Nationals took the loss in that one, but it was 2-2 until the bottom of the 8th. So I think we've seen another closer game, but I got to go with the Nationals here in this one. All right, going to the Rogers Center where the Twins and the Blue Jays face off again. Yesterday, we were on the Twins' first 5. I said I kind of had some issues with potential bullpen issues. They cashed the first 5. They actually ended up blowing a 5-run lead. The Blue Jays came back to win that game 10-8, and the Twins plus 1.5 full game parlay piece ended up losing. It didn't matter because we lost all the other plays, but a little bit surprising there. There was some home runs hit in the game yesterday. Now you got Bailey Ober going. He's giving up home runs in back-to-back starts. And then you got Alek Manoah. He gave up 2 home runs in 4 innings pitched to the Nationals in Washington. 6 earned runs on 6 hits, 4 walks. He did still have 6 strikeouts. Manoah is a big guy. He struggles with the pitch clock. He can get strikeouts. He can still get strikeouts, but he can also walk a lot of batters and give up hard contact. Bailey Ober is not my favorite pitcher either. I think we could see some runs in this game, honestly, but I just can't get behind Alek Manoah right now. I trust this Twins team a little bit more than this Jays team. It's really tempting to take the Blue Jays as home dogs. It really is. And I mean, this is kind of a tough spot. It's a get-out game for the Twins. This might change as the day goes on, but right now, I just can't back Manoah. That's the issue here. If it was anybody else and the Jays were slight home dogs, I'd be all over them. But man, Alek Manoah makes me nervous. He's not in good form until he gets back into form. It's really hard to get behind him. So we could go Twins first 5 again, but I'm just going to take the Twins on the money line and hope that they can get to Manoah, get to the Jays pen, and not blow the lead this time. So might be a little bit risky, but I'm going with the Twins here. All right, going to Miami where the Marlins face the Phillies. This Phillies team is the best team in the league right now. They're absolutely raking. Braxton Garrett, the lefty, making his first start of the season. even with Kyle Schwarber out yesterday, the Phillies put up 8 runs again. First game of the series was 8-2. Yesterday was 8-3, and that was with Jesus Luzardo. And now you got Braxton Garrett, another lefty going here. The Phillies are just raking. Wheeler has only given up 1 earned run in his last 4 starts altogether. His strikeout numbers are high. He had 11 strikeouts in 7 innings last outing. He's only given up, the only 1 earned run he gave up was to the Angels. It was a solo home run. So over his last, 25 and a third innings, he's only given up one home run, which was his earned run. He's had 33 strikeouts and I think 7 or 8 walks here. And then you got Braxton Garrett here. He's making his first start of the season. Don't know how deep he's going to go. The Phillies obviously can hit lefties, even without Kyle Schwarber in the lineup. Phillies are hitting .327 over the last 5 games. I don't trust his Marlins team whatsoever. Zach Wheeler's been dominant. I expect it to continue. Give me the Phillies on the run line. I would probably be comfortable to lay -2.5 to get plus money here. But for the video for purposes, I'm just going to go Phillies -1.5. As long as they win by 2, we're good. All right, going to the rubber match of this Rays-Yankees game. I'm not going to lie, the Rays as home dogs in this situation with a lefty on the mound who the Yankees generally struggle against is very enticing. This line, I'm surprised it's not closer to a pick-em. It is because the Yankees are a public team. The Rays bounced back. Their offense got going yesterday. They got the win yesterday, 7-2. But I don't know. I think the Yankees can just get this one done. My thing is here, the Rays as dogs are a 50-50 team. There is some value on it here, but I don't know. They're 4-3 as a home underdog, 1-3 when at this price or a little bit better than this price. Yankees are 19-9 as a favorite, 6-3 as road favorites. Luis Hill has been fairly solid in my opinion. Tyler Alexander can give up home runs. He can get strikeouts, but he usually doesn't go too deep into games. His pitch count usually gets fairly high. I mean, I don't love some of the Yankees versus lefties, specifically Aaron Judge. He struggles the most, in my opinion, at the top of that lineup. But I think the Yankees find a way to win this game. I am a little nervous after seeing some of these numbers, so I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to play this one. I'm going with the Yankees. This might change as the day goes on, but right now, I'm recording this, I'm taking the Yankees because they do have the best bullpen in the MLB. So if Hill can keep this close, I think there's a chance that the Rays bullpen has gotten better over the last little while. They have started to pitch a little bit better, but they still have given up 23 home runs. It's the league most. They're 4.66 ERA. Over the last, let's go to the last 2 weeks. Rays 3.25 ERA, allowing .212 average, but only striking out 19.3% of batters and walking 11.5% of batters. Whereas the Yankees 1.37 ERA, allowing opponents to hit 189 average, 25.3% K rate, 9.3% walk rate. So the Yankees have the bullpen advantage. I'm hoping that they can get to Tyler Alexander enough that they can keep this game close enough, and the bullpen can save this game. Even if the Yankees only win 3-2 or something like that, it's fine as long as they get the win, 5-3, something like that. I would love to see a big offensive game from the Yankees here just to make it a little bit more comfortable. But I got to go with the Yankees as slight favorites. All right, going to San Francisco here, where the Giants take on the Reds. I leaned to the Giants yesterday, but didn't end up playing it straight up. Matt Chapman hit a grand slam in the first inning. Ellie De La Cruz hit a solo home run, but other than that, that was pretty much all the offense that happened. Kyle Harrison going now, the lefty, facing Frankie Montas, the righty. Montas' last outing wasn't terrible. He had 7 strikeouts versus the D-backs, but he can also get hit pretty hard. The Giants typically hit righties a little bit better. They do strike out quite a bit. Giants overall only hitting 225 at home this season, 233 on the season versus righties. Reds are hitting about 210 versus lefties. On the road, they're hitting 202. They strike out quite a bit. That is the one thing I will say with this Cincinnati team. Their numbers over the last couple of weeks haven't been as bad, but I think that Kyle Harrison, he went 7 innings his last outing in Coors Field. He did only have 2 strikeouts, which is kind of concerning, but he went 7 shutout innings. Only had to throw 86 pitches to get out of the 7 innings there. So if that's the case, I think Kyle Harrison does enough to get this one. It wouldn't surprise me to see another lower scoring game, but I think he does enough to get the Giants the win on the series win. The Reds' offense has just been bad. They face a lefty who they're going to struggle against, I think, in my opinion. And Frankie Montas is, you never know what you're going to get from him. So I think I got to go with the Giants at home in this one. All right, final game we're going to look at as far as video plays here. We're going to look at this Royals-Angels game. I'm going to sound like a broken record just like I have with the Nationals, but I think the Royals bounced back in this situation. Yesterday, the Royals got absolutely dusted. Joe Adell hit another home run. I've said it on Twitter before. Joe Adell is the hottest hitter for this Angels team now that Taylor Ward has kind of slowed down and cooled off a little bit. We're seeing the Royals as minus 125 favorites. You got Seth Lugo going against Patrick Sandoval. Sandoval has not been terrible. His strikeout numbers have been up. He did face the Pirates his last outing, 7 strikeouts in 7 innings in Pittsburgh. So, and you take that for what it is. The Pirates strike out quite a bit, and their offense has been pretty bad. Against the Phillies, he had 10 strikeouts in 5 innings. Phillies can strike out quite a bit. He only did give up 2 earned runs, no home runs. But before that, most of his starts were not the greatest. He gave up 7 runs to the Reds, 3 runs to the Twins. Seth Lugo on the other side, he can give up home runs for sure. He gave up 2 home runs versus the Brewers. Those were the only 2 runs that he gave up in 6 2/3 innings. He can also still get strikeout numbers. Thing here is I think the Royals are just a better hitting team. They're hitting 282 versus lefties over the last 5 games. Angels hitting 232 versus righties. I mean, the weather's not going to be terrible for hitting conditions again like last night. We should see a decent boost as far as home run hitting for this game due to 8 to 10 mile an hour winds blowing out this afternoon at Angel Stadium. Mid 70 degree temperatures, humidity around the 60% range. So that can definitely boost as far as home run hitting. I'm going with the Royals in this one. I think they can do enough to get the win. I sound like a broken record, but it's right now the Angels are just they have one-off performances most times, and then that's kind of it, right? So versus they don't have a lot of history when it comes to versus Sandoval. Neither does Seth Lugo. Neither do the Angels versus Seth Lugo. Joe Adell again is Joe Adell and Kevin Pillar yesterday was basically the Angels' offense. Kevin Pillar typically is better versus a left-handed pitcher. Joe Adell can hit both lefties and righties. I said it before. If I'm going to take anybody right now, it'd be Joe Adell. He's the hottest hitter on this Angels team. He now has 4 home runs versus right-handed pitching. Taylor Ward is still stuck at 6 home runs versus righties. Joe Adell is tied, I guess, now with Taylor Ward for 7 home runs on the team, but he's just hitting more consistently. So if I was going to play a home run prop, it would probably be Joe Adell for the Angels, and then Vinny Pasquantino, like I said yesterday, versus a lefty, or Salvador Perez potentially. I would love to see Bobby Witt Jr. hit one, but I'm going with the Royals in this game as far as of right now. This is the parlay that is the long shot parlay. I hate that there's so many favorites in this, and we'll see if this changes as the day goes on. But fortunately or unfortunately, we'll see how the day goes. But I did lock this in earlier in the morning. So hopefully it comes through because they need a bounce back Sunday. I will note that I've said it before. Sundays are big underdog days, especially for usually when teams are 0-2 in a 3-game series. and they're underdogs in the third game. Sometimes you see them avoid the sweep, but you got to definitely pick your spots on the Sunday's cards. We do see lots of weird stuff happen. Yesterday, we seen some weird games. Honestly, I still like the Brewers. Here, we'll go through a couple things. Yeah, like I said, I was saying I like the Brewers again. The Cardinals have just offense has been terrible. My only concern is Bryce Wilson here, but you got Miles Michaelis going as well. The Cardinals are just in shambles. The Brewers ended up getting a 5-3 win yesterday. These two teams know the opposing pitcher pretty well. Let's see. I'll give you some exact ones here, but we got Jackson Chourio has a home run in 2 at-bats. Bryce Hoskins, 2 home runs in 11 at-bats. Blake Perkins, 1 home run in 3 at-bats. Bryce Trang, 1 home run in 6 at-bats. Christian Yelich, 1 home run in 40 at-bats. And then on the other side, you got Nolan Arenado and Goldschmidt both have 2 home runs versus Bryce Wilson. Miles Michaelis, though, he's given up 6 home runs in his last 4 starts. He's given up lots of hard contact and earned runs. He hasn't really struggled with walks, but he also doesn't get a ton of strikeouts. Bryce Wilson on the other side hasn't been terrible. His last four starts have been lower scoring games. He's given up 3 earned runs altogether in his last 19 innings. Only 1 home run given up in that span versus a weak Cardinals team. I got to go with the Brewers. So if you wanted to adjust the parlay, you could add the Brewers and take out either the Giants or the Yankees. Get still somewhat close payout, because I think that the Giants and the Yankees are the toughest games out of those 2 that I put in. But I lean to the Brewers again. I think the Brewers can sweep this Cardinals team. They're 6-0 against them this season, and the Cardinals are just, their offense is terrible. Other than the 3 runs they've scored yesterday, they're not really scoring much. So versus Bryce Wilson, who's been fairly solid, Michaelis, who can get absolutely lit up, I could see the Brewers hitting some home runs in this one. This Dodgers-Padres game, I was leaning to the Dodgers. They're slight favorites. We seen a 5-0 win yesterday. Kind of surprising, but Freddie Freeman, if you see me on the live, I said I liked Freddie Freeman at plus 450 to hit a home run. He did get it done. My concern only is with this game is it's Walker Buehler. He's making his 2nd start now. His first start, not very good. He gave up 3 earned runs to the Marlins at home and a home run in 4 innings pitched. Most of the damage was done right in the 1st inning. So, I mean, it was to the Marlins, which is even more concerning, but I don't know. I'm hoping that's a one-off. That's just why I don't put this one in, because, I mean, I lean to the Dodgers, but it is a little scary. They're slight favorites, and it's because they're the Dodgers. I could see the Padres winning this game. That's why I didn't put it officially in. And the last game, the Rockies and the Rangers, man, the Rangers have been terrible in this series. Their offense is pretty much non-existent, but they are facing a pretty bad pitcher. Was supposed to be Dakota Hudson. It looks like there might be an issue there. But then they got Jose Urena. He used to pitch in Colorado at Coors Field. So this is another game, one way or another. I couldn't get to either one. But, I mean, I was leaning to the Rockies. They won 8-3 yesterday. The Rangers' offense just looks terrible. Jose Urena is definitely not my favorite pitcher. He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. I don't know. He's just not much of a pitcher. I'm seeing Ty Block for the Rockies. He's only had 1 start this season, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. So, yeah, this is a scary one. I mean, the Rangers could very well avoid the sweep. They hit lefties pretty well. Over the last 5 games, they're hitting 286 versus lefties. Rockies hitting 320 over the last 5 games. So, I mean, I see there's value on the Rockies, but it's really hard to get behind both these pitchers one way or the other. So I kind of lean to the over in this game, but there is a potential that this game sees some rain throughout the afternoon. So it's a really tough one for me. That's why I just couldn't get one way or the other in there. All right, just going to talk about this game quickly before I end the video. The White Sox won both games of this series. I was totally wrong about the Guardians yesterday. other than Josh Naylor hitting a home run, which I gave out on the video on the stream. But other than that, that's the only run they scored. It was a 3-1 White Sox win. Betting against the White Sox lately has been not profitable. So I don't know. The Guardians looking to avoid the sweep here. This is another tough game. We're seeing this game. It's probably going to be a good as far as hitting conditions due to the wind blowing out the way it is. The decent mid 70 high 70s temperatures, so going to be good for ball carry. As far as the Guardians versus right-handed pitching, Josh Naylor again, 8 home runs now, batting .273. He hit a home run yesterday. He has a home run versus Michael Soroka in his career too. Jose Ramirez, I like, 6 home runs, batting .212 versus righties. And then some other long shots potentially would be like maybe Will Brennan. He does have 4 home runs, batting .258. Or Estefan Florial, but he doesn't have the greatest average. On the White Sox side, I like Paul DeJong. He's got 2 home runs, batting .200 versus lefties. Not a lot of plate appearances, and potentially Tommy Pham. If I could see some home runs in this game, honestly, off both these pitchers. When you look at Logan Allen, he gave up 2 home runs, 7 earned runs altogether in 2 1/3 innings versus the Tigers his last outing. He gave up a home run before that versus the Astros in 5 2/3 innings. And then Soroka, he can definitely give up home runs. He's given up 3, 4, 5 home runs in his last 5 starts. His last outing versus the Rays, he gave up a home run in 5 innings. So I could definitely see both these pitchers giving up some home runs here. The thing with the White Sox is they do struggle to hit lefties at home so far. Overall on the season, they're hitting about 140 at home versus lefties, whereas Guardians hitting 234 on the road overall this season. White Sox haven't faced a lefty recently, so this was another one. I was like White Sox plus a run and a half for me or pass, but I don't really love Michael Soroka, so I'm probably just going to be betting some home run pop drops in this game. All right, that's all I got for you guys for this Mother's Day Sunday. Once again, the long shot parlay. The Nationals plus 1.5, the Twins money line, the Yankees money line, the Phillies minus 1.5, the Giants money line, and the Royals money line plus 2,718 odds. Gives you an implied probability based on those odds at hitting about 3.5% of the time. So shows you what how hard it is to hit parlays. Obviously, like I said, if you wanted to take out the Yankees and the Giants in that one, those are my 2 least favorite plays on there. If you're gonna add, I would add the Brewers instead. And as far as another one, I don't know. That's kind of tough. Was leaning to the Dodgers, like I said. I'm hoping Buehler has a bounce back start, and the offense backs him up. So those would be the 2. As far as the Sunday night game goes, the Braves almost no hit the Mets yesterday. If it wasn't for a 2-out home run on the bottom of the 9th by JD Martinez, the Braves would have got a no-hitter yesterday. That one's a tough one. Braves are slight favorites. Bryce Elder has not been my favorite pitcher to back right now, but this Mets team offensively hasn't been my favorite either. So it's in a rivalry game. We've seen 2 low-scoring games. Bryce Elder got rocked by the Dodgers his last outing, gave up 3 home runs and 7 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings. Luis Severino, 4 earned runs in 5 innings. His last out with 6 walks. So I don't know. I don't like either one of those pitchers. Citi Field looks like we're seeing another cooler day, 55-degree temperatures by Sunday evening in Citi Field. Slight wind blowing out, but I don't have a lean one way or another there. I don't really love the Mets offense, but I don't like what I've seen from Bryce Elder. So tough game, in my opinion. We'll see as the day goes on, but there's some value on the Mets, but Brandon Nimmo could be out for this game too, some sort of upper body injury. So yeah, this one I was just staying away from. But that's all I got for you guys. As always, bet responsibly. like I said, the long shot parlay, implied probability 3.55% of hitting. I mean, cross our fingers that we get lucky today and hit the parlay, but straight bets will always be the way to stay profitable consistently. I think I'm up about 57 units over the last 30 days, so not terrible. That pays the bills, so got to stay consistent. We're going to have some losing days. There's going to be days where, everything's off. Can't always go on the analytics and stuff. Sometimes you got to go. You just got to go with what feels right sometimes. But either way, this is my opinions on trying to help you guys make some money. Obviously, gambling is hard. This is a long-term game. We're trying to win long-term here. So that is the goal. We do have 2 NBA games and 2 hockey games. I'm a homer when it comes to the Oilers, but I didn't like what I seen from them last game. They trailed that whole game, but they come back home. Me personally living in Edmonton, I know how big the fan base is here. Also know how good home ice advantage is for the Oilers. And I think it's going to be a good game. I do like the Oilers at home, but they're huge favorites. So I'm just going to lean to the over at 6.5. I'm hoping that we see a high scoring game, but fingers crossed the Oilers win for me in the end. That Florida-Boston game, I think Florida's just a way better team. Boston's been struggling. Boston as a home dog is definitely tempting to try to tie the series up, but Florida seems unstoppable right now, so wouldn't surprise me to see the Florida and Edmonton both get the wins tonight. As far as the New York Knicks and Pacers game, OG Anunoby out for the Knicks. I mean, I lean to the Pacers. Don't love laying -5.5. And then the Nuggets Timberwolves game. The Nuggets kind of got back to the form that they were in. 3.5-point dogs on the road. Another tough game. It's Nuggets money line for me in that one or pass. But I am not a big NBA guy. I hate betting NBA during the regular season due to lots of the roster stuff that they do, guys sitting before games and stuff. But so NBA is my least favorite sport to bet on. Also the one I pay the least amount of attention to. MLB and NHL are typically my sports to bet on. So just a little end of video rant. Didn't really know where I was going with that, but good luck today as always, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you got some value. Subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. Sorry this video has gone a little long. Was just trying to get everything out. It's hard to, I like to let people to know what's going on as far as with me and what the idea is here. But either way, if you guys made it this far, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for watching. Anybody that likes the videos. Hopefully you guys make some money today. If your moms still have your moms in your life, if you're lucky enough to have them in your life still, do something for them today. Or, if you have a wife that you have kids, whatever, go celebrate Mother's Day and have a great Sunday, guys. I'll see you in the next video.